Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. We just want to do a quick video talking about 3 budget to middle grade kind of full-size weapon lights. And I was curious about what you could do on a budget. And I'll be honest with you, we all know the X300 from Surefire is the top of the line as far as durability, duty, light goes for a pistol. But to be honest with you, the Surefire kind of doesn't do anything for me. I think it's overbuilt for the applications that I need it for. I think it's too large in most cases. If it was a lot cheaper, I would be okay dealing with that fact that it's so large and so huge of a weapon light. To be honest, I don't like weapon lights to stick way beyond the front of the gun. Now, I mean, all 3 of these do on most your duty size pistols and 5-inch guns. They look good. They look kind of flush, but you know, on the guns I've got them on right now, they're sticking beyond the front of the barrel. However, you know, I prefer them to not be any further than they have to be. You know, personally, as far as looks goes, I think that's kind of important. Even though one of these is kind of funny, you know, it's kind of way bigger than it has to be, and way, you know, this was kind of something I was just trying to do to see if I could. So anyway, let's get into it. The Darkfang is a really budget light that I found on Amazon for $23 during Black Friday, and I just bought it because I thought I could throw it on a rifle or a pistol that I'm going to throw, you know, somewhere around like a nightstand gun or something, or it could go on a truck gun, or somebody wanted to borrow a light for a rifle, and I could just give them this one and it wouldn't bother me if they did break it or something. So that was kind of where I was going with this, and it is a very bright light, and it's pretty well made. This is a little bit large. This is the largest light I have, and it's a little larger than I really like, but you can't really complain about that when it seems pretty durable. It's very bright. Has a decent battery life. It even tells you where your battery, it's got lights that show you where your battery is at. Let me see if I can show you all that. It don't actually show you, it shows you when you're charging it. But when you're charging, it shows you how much battery you've got left to charge, or how much is charged. And it also has USB-C, which I almost like better than the Olight system, even though the Olight I prefer slightly to that. You know, USB-C is kind of nice because you've always got a phone charger around, or a tablet charger or something like that. So USB-C is very common, and I do like this charging system, but it's very bright, and I'll show y'all kind of in comparison in the light in a minute. Let's just go to the next tier up. I should have put these in order. I just got this one, Olight PL3. Before we start, the 2 more budget-minded options, the Olight and the Darkfang, are actually 1500 lumen, and the TLR1 HL is 1000 lumen. So the ones that are cheaper are actually higher lumen output, and so I just want to make that clear. But yeah, I just got this one in, and I have to say, and I know I'm going to get flack for it, I've been kind of a pretty big Olight fan, even though they've gave me absolutely nothing. I have several, and they never have failed me, or they never have spontaneously combusted like the Internet acts like they're going to do, and they never have not worked or broke or anything like that, and I have carried some for years. So, I mean, it's funny to me that people don't show any kind of evidence that these are bad, but they want to talk about all these scenarios where they went bad, and I'm like, I've never seen it. Nobody's ever showed video evidence of that, so that's kind of interesting to me. And I really like this light, and having one that you can recharge is just really nice if somebody wants to borrow the light, or if you want to train with a light. Not having to replace batteries is so nice. Now, if I was a cop, or if I was Special Forces or SWAT or something like that, would I carry an Olight? Probably not. I mean, I can't see myself going to this for those applications. But for concealed carry and personal carry, or a bedside gun that's not going to be used in those kind of scenarios, an Olight seems perfectly fine to me. I really like it. So I think it's the best looking light of the 3. I feel like even the body itself of this light is to me, the toughest of the three, even over the TLR1. I feel like the body of this light is stronger, but I could be wrong. You know, sometimes looks are deceiving, but when you look at it, it just looks tougher and stronger than the other two lights. And so that's interesting to me, because this is the Olight's about 3 times what the Darkfang was, and half of what the TLR1 HL is, and is the brightest, and got the best battery options, the best battery charging system, the best settings. So I just kind of like it the best. Let's go on to the TLR1. So I do like the TLR1, and if I was going to do a duty carry or whatever, I know I said the Olight I think looks tougher than this one, but just because of the name and just because of its reputation, I probably would use this one instead for those applications, or the X300. But that's the only way I would ever buy an X300, if I was going to use it for duty, or was a cop or SWAT or military. I think for everything else, the X300 is just overbuilt and oversized. Let's put it that way. So the TLR1's great. I don't have no issues with it. I wish you had an easier way to charge the batteries. You can buy rechargeable batteries and swap them out, but it's kind of a pain to do so. These type of batteries that these use are not cheap. They're very expensive. So if I was going to use this light or practice with this light a lot, I would buy rechargeable batteries for this system. And I thought about doing that, and I thought, for the price I could get rechargeable batteries, I could just get an Olight. You know, I spend a little bit more and get an Olight, and have this as more like a higher end, stronger, more duty rated light, and train with the Olight. So let's talk about holster compatibility. So that's one thing we've got to talk about. The Darkfang, you know, I don't know of any holster options. It's $23 light. It's a $23 light, so I don't see many people making holsters for it. This is going to be for the person that wants something to set in their drawer or in a safe that they can grab, a quick safe, something by their bed that they can grab really quick, or something in their truck, and they're not going to carry it in a holster. That's what this type of light is meant for. Or for training purposes, which it's hard to train without a holster, right guys? So that's one thing I dislike about this, because it's going to be hard to train without a proper holster. Holster compatibility. The one thing that's pretty cool about the Olight, and this is nowhere on the internet, so I want to show you guys. This is the PL3R, like I said, and I think the PL3s will all do this. But this is an omnivore for the TLR1 HL, or TLR1 I should say, and this Olight will fit, and I could not find this anywhere on the internet, but it will fit. These guns have all been safety checked, by the way. I'm not going to show you on camera, but this will fit the omnivore for the TLR1. And the locking mechanism doesn't work quite as well. It kind of comes out a little bit further, but it will lock. And I notice you can really pull on it and bypass that lock, but you have to pull really hard. That's why I say I would use this light for training, because it will work in the same holster as you would use the TLR1. But I just wanted to prove and let people know on the internet that it will work for the omnivore if you want both lights. So that's pretty cool. But anyway, guys, let me show you real quick what these lights look like. Okay, this is the Darkfang. Let's kind of show you the light close to me. I'll do all of them the same. This is the Darkfang. That's very bright. This room's completely dark. And it's got a pretty good hotspot. It's hard to tell the hotspot. It's so close to the wall, it's kind of hard to tell that hotspot. Let's go out a little bit. Okay, that's Darkfang. This is the Olight PL3R. Very bright as well. A little brighter probably than the Darkfang, slightly. Maybe a little bit more spread. A little bit hotter hotspot than the Darkfang, but very nice and bright. And then we'll show you the TLR1. They're all fairly close, and they're all plenty bright enough. But guys, I just wanted to kind of show you kind of what you'd be getting if you got these weapon lights. Well, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. If I had to pick my favorite just for training or for somebody that's not going to be caring for duty, I like the Olight the best. And I've said it before, the TLR1 is great. The Darkfang is great if you want a light to just not worry about breaking and not worry, on a gun that might get stolen, a truck gun that somebody might break into your truck and take or something, or you're worried about that. I think something like this would be fine. And the TLR1 is more duty oriented, but I just have to say the Olight is the best all-around light for what I would use most light gun lights for, pistol lights for. But I do like the TLR1. I like the X300, but to me, like I said, it's just too expensive, too overbuilt, and too large for that price range, in my opinion, for what I really want. And I probably never will have one. I will get to use one and play with one some, and I do like the way they're made and everything, but probably will never have one in my collection. God bless, have a great day, and I hope to talk to y'all soon.